Hi, are you having issues with scrolling addiction? Maybe you find yourself constantly scrolling through Reels, TikToks, or YouTube Shorts for endless amount of time. Or maybe you feel the urge to pick up your phone and start scrolling any moment you feel just slightly bored. For example, you're having a meal, or you're talking to your partner, or maybe you're watching a TV show or a movie. And by the way, about movies, have you ever found yourself skipping parts, even in good movies, just because you can't take scenes that lack action, like you physically can't take it? If so, welcome to the club. But before we jump to the part of the video where I want to talk about all the ways that scrolling is negatively affecting our lives, I want to challenge you. And the challenge is really, really simple. I challenge you to watch this video from the beginning till the end without any distractions and any interruptions. What I mean is that you cannot skip to the next part, or you can go to the comment section or scroll through the suggested videos list. You just have to focus and watch this video. And if you have scrolling addiction, then I know it can be hard. And the reason is that when we develop a scrolling addiction, our brains just lose their abilities to focus and concentrate. Because when we constantly scroll, our attention span becomes so negatively affected that we cannot focus on doing one thing for more than a few minutes. Because usually the short content, it just lasts for how long? I don't know, from 10 seconds to, dozen seconds. Doesn't matter. It's really short. And that's the attention that our brain can keep. Whatever is longer than this, it's just impossible for our brains to focus. So this is where the challenge comes from. We are going to train our brain muscles here to focus on doing one thing, no matter how hard it can be, because maybe this video is really boring for you, but still, this is a challenge and let's see if you can make it. The best thing I feel about scrolling addiction is that we can fix that. We can break this habit and we can become better versions of ourselves. So if you feel like this is a problem, then we definitely need to do something about it. And I'm going to share from my own experience what I have noticed happening to me, to my mindset, and to my body after I realized that I have developed a scrolling addiction. So number one is that I find myself really, really struggling to find motivation to do pretty much any task. This concerns both my personal life and my work life. Any moment I know that I need just to focus and concentrate on doing one task and spend several, maybe hours, or maybe several minutes doing that, I find it hard to motivate myself. I always feel like I need to force it. But when it comes to scrolling, I always have motivation to do that and endless amount of time. Second thing is that I actually find it hard to make decisions and I find it hard to drive conclusions. And I think that this is also the impact of the scrolling addiction, because my brain is just not used to thinking a lot, I guess, and it's just used to getting this fast dopamine, and this is it. This is the motivation that it has. And when it comes to actually analyzing something and coming to a conclusion, sometimes it can be really, really, really hard for me. And number three, I have issues with constant procrastination. And it also comes definitely from the scrolling addiction, because every time I feel the urge to procrastinate, I also feel the urge to pick up my phone and scroll. So scrolling has become my getaway, my way to avoid certain things in my life, and it has been successfully doing so for a while. And well, I don't like it, and I don't want it, And finally, number four, and this is quite evident and obvious, I feel lack of mental and physical energy, because I think there is still a misconception about the scrolling that it can be a way to relax, but the reality is it's not. When we scroll, we consume information, and loads of information without any filters, and it can be various type of information, but the point is that it's just endless, and our brain has to work and analyze and memorize and categorize and do whatever it does in the background with these ridiculous stupid videos. And after I scrolled for a while, I don't feel relaxed. In fact, I feel tired, first of all mentally, and sometimes even physically, and to the point where I can force myself to do some stretching or whatever, some simple things. So this is my experience, and this is what is happening to me. And ultimately, I feel like I'm losing my potential and I'm sacrificing my life to watching quite stupid, overstimulating, and ridiculous videos in the internet. Does it feel great and worth it? I don't think so. And I really want to do something about it, because this is not the way I want to spend my life, and this is not the thing that I want to look back on, So here I am. Starting a YouTube channel is actually one of the ways that I'm trying to break this scrolling addiction, not only because it gives me something to work on when I feel like I want to procrastinate my real job and my real life tasks, but also because this is going to motivate me to do something about it, to change something. Because I noticed that stories that come from the heart, like from own experiences and not just for the sake of it, they tend to change mindsets of people. And my goal here is to obviously change my own mindset, because I'm struggling and I want to change it. And I feel like I want to do a whole separate video about all the ways, all the things that I'm implementing into my life, but just a spoiler of what I actually have started doing. So my problem with addiction, it is mostly noticed in the mornings and in the evenings. So every time I wake up or before I go to bed, I tend to just want to scroll and scroll and scroll. And I know this is the worst way to start my morning, and probably the worst day to end my day, because, well, it's just, because of the things above. So what I'm doing in the mornings, instead of stupid and mindless scrolling, I have bought a notebook and I'm journaling. I have this 10 minutes every morning of journal sessions. It's not some crazy meditation thing. I'm just trying to share my aspirations for the day, my general feelings, and whatever comes to my mind. I set up an alarm for 10 minutes and then I just do it. In the evenings instead, I try to read, and I used to have this habit of reading. I've been reading a lot every single day, especially in the evenings. And now, scrolling addiction. Hi, welcome. Thanks for interrupting my normal life. So I'm trying to read way more again, and I'm putting away my phone as far as possible, and I just read, and so that it does not become boring. Sometimes I read several books at the same time. So this is definitely working, and I'm sleeping better, and I'm looking forward to the mornings, which has not happened for a while. And last thing that I want to say is that I feel like it's mostly important to train our focus muscle again. And I know that one of the best things to do it is meditation. I'm not sort of there yet. I'm just trying to find the best way to start implementing that into my life. But I'm gonna do it because I've read a lot of studies proving that it can be really, really helpful. So stay tuned, I guess, and if you're struggling, let's do it together. And if you have any other ideas or suggestions or maybe experiences, please share. This can be very important and very valuable, and I'm just not saying this again for the sake of comments. I'm saying it from the perspective of a person who is really struggling and who wants to break that habit, and who actually tried to do that before for several times, but for some reason it just did not work. I don't want to give up, and I want to continue. So let's do it together. Let's take some action. And thanks so much for watching. By the way, have you managed to finish this video and watch it without any interruptions? Have you completed the challenge? Share your thoughts. Thank you, and have a precious, precious day. Bye-bye.